So in this course, the focus is of course the client side and server side frameworks. So I thought I'd say a little bit about them and what's particular about them. So the biggest focus really on this course is the front-end frameworks and the likes of Angular, React and Vue, Ember, Riot and others that are at the same level, and you choose yourself which one to use. This allows you to pick one which suits you, maybe from more of a coding perspective. You used to have this requirement that React required Redux, but now React has included hooks and context inside React, and so this kind of state management library that enables reactive programming and binding between components should now be part of React as it is. And I just think it's very important to use that. Redux is a big technology design pattern used in many areas now. Vue has its own Redux-like system and so forth. And Angular, of course, has this from two-way data binding and has had all the time. So there's a similarity between these, and today I think they are at an equal complexity level. So that the biggest difference is more, do you like the way they're constructed? React, for instance, does everything inside their own components, whereas Angular has a greater separation between the front end and the services, and separates JavaScript code from HTML and HTML included components and queries that are like Excel programming. And that's more a difference. And in the past, some students have changed from React to Angular because they hated React, the other way around. So there isn't anything there. To some extent, maybe the frameworks are a bit different, but I think the projects you're doing will make a bigger difference than which framework you choose. From this list, I'd say that Ember is the most challenging, and then Angular, and then React. But the difference between them has been reduced of late. You can go to different of these and look for the different types of concepts that are in them to understand what you need. Typically, before the Angular React type frameworks appeared, we had UI component frameworks for the web, helping you to build user interface components only. But with Angular and React, we also added more separation of connecting to backends, of managing data, managing routing inside the web, templates on the client side, components that are prepared, reusable components across multiple pages, managing the data stage, which is really, really important when the system grows big. You need to be able to test very quickly the data store that kind of keeps track of in which state the application is, and where user interface components react to changes in that data state, enable you to do much more efficient testing. And I'd say that currently among those that I looked at, Vue has a very impressive support system for doing that kind of checking. So there is a lot of functionality, and your goal is really to learn how to use all these things that are inside these frameworks to build a really large application. Imagine working for a big government which has maybe 1,000 forms inside a system like that, having a big need to kind of reuse and create consistent things. How can you use these libraries for that kind of size? Many times in your own project, you will not gain the size of volume of your system in order to do that, but this is what we're going for.